Students, welcome to the class. A very good morning to all of you. As you know, we are doing poems by Keki and Daruwala, and I have already told you that born in 1937, Keki and Daruwala is a prominent voice in Indian English poetry. Keki and Daruwala has published various volumes of his poems, such as Under Orion, that was published in the year 1970. Apparition in April, it came out in 1971, and Crossing of Rivers, that was published in 1976. This poet has also won the Sahitya Akademi Award in the year 1984. About his own poetry, Keki Daruwala opines that his poetry is totally impressionistic recording of subjective responses. We have already done one poem by Keki and Daruwala, and that is Ghagra in Spate. Today we are going to begin a new poem by this famous poet, and the title of the poem is From Ruminations. Students, today I am going to give an introduction to this famous poem by Keki and Daruwala. If we look at the title of the poem, it suggests that it deals with certain ruminations. The poet has been searching for a cleansed feeling, but he could not find that cleansed feeling anywhere. Instead of that, he found scenes of distrust and hatred. Students, when we'll go through the poem, when we will do the textual analysis of the poem, we will find that poet says that he can imagine about the possible violence that may happen soon. Just as massive dark clouds like dark masses of hatred remove the grey color from the face of the moon, for once the approaching rain, he could make that guess about the violence. He feels that it is poised like a cobra. The poet goes in search of rat holes and sounding caverns in order to find a poisonous fang that darts, a hood that sways, and eyes that squint a reptile hate. He observes his wounds, but they are not turning green. He is looking for sign of danger, the crossbones. Death is depicted by a bald bone skull and two crossbones. Students, you must have seen this sign on signboards. The poet is looking for death. Here we see that Daruwala has realized the truth that his destiny lies in the flesh and flesh tissue. Slowly, corruption takes hold of him. The corpse moves out of the mortuary. Within 10 days, a human body drowned in a well becomes pulpy. The poet watches the relatives engaged in lighting incense sticks, sprinkling rose water, and throwing flowers all over the dead body in order to ward off its stench. The admixture of aroma and stench arouses a nauseating feeling. Another dead body is also seen on the veranda. Another corpse is also being taken out from the morgue. It is the dead body of a woman. Her nose has been sliced off. Her lung has been punctured. She was murdered by her husband for her infidelity. We will see that in the poem, the poet tells about the ability of man to withstand all kinds of sufferings. Man is adaptable. Daruwala stresses on this fact that man has the capacity to change himself and get himself adapted to the changed surroundings. If he is buried, he is so steadfast as the earth. If we burn him, he will withstand the heart of the flames and ride off the flames. If he is thrown to the birds, he will surrender flesh like an ascetic. An ascetic pays less attention to his physical self and he adopts an attitude of renunciation. Rain comes with a lot of sound. It is like a blind sheet of water. The blurred image of surroundings is soon vanished. The color acquire more depth. The hedges also appear to be clear and the leaf has got itself washed in the rain and so lost its coast of dust. The scum spills over from the pool. The poet is looking around for a cleansed feeling, the feeling which one experiences while walking in a temple after a river bath. But the poet is not able to find it. He becomes aware of its loss. He has misplaced it somewhere in the cavern of his past. The poem ends with a note of sadness and shows a feeling of guilt lurking in the mind of the poet. So, the poem, when we will go through it, we will find that as a whole, it presents the poet's viewpoints on the meaningless existence of human beings on this earth. We face death bravely. Man's capacity to endure suffering of all kinds does not equip him with any special ability to make death a pleasant happening. Soon after his death, the dead body starts emitting foul smell. The person who regarded the body with affection and love soon start hating it. The description of corpses in morgue is done in order to remind man about his impending death. The world too seems to be a place with so many foul smelling corpses scattered around. The poet finds more dead people with numbed senses, lacking vigor and vitality. Therefore, his complaint is genuine. He cannot find a cleansed feeling, that is, his desire and yearning. But then he becomes conscious about his guilt of having forgotten that cleansed feeling. The world is full of dirty sights. The aesthetic sense of man is numbed by the realities. The charm of life is erased by such realization. Whatever one considered as beautiful has only a temporary existence. Daruvala is surprised to find the destruction of human body. In the end, he finds death as a shocking truth that destroys all the enchantment life offers to men. So students, this was the introduction of the poem. We will continue with the textual analysis in our next class.